That's my city, Newcastle, over there. Beautiful old Victorian industrial era city. And this is what remains of a park that was built on what was formerly the site of rail handling yards and an old power station. The bicentenary of the park was opened by the Queen. It was quite a coup from the Lord Mayor at the time, who was an environmentalist and quite famous and respected for her work for the community. This is the work of the current Lord Mayor, Newie Nelms, who has gifted the city and its foreshore to Supercars, which is a corporation which runs car racing events, and half of the park here is being dug up and turned into a racetrack. So our city is being totally occupied. This is going to be a straight. The roads are being rebuilt, and not for the community. The carriageway is actually being widened in a community where a lot of people don't own cars and ride around on skateboards and bicycles and use surfboards and things like that. And it's literally being turned into a racetrack with the stormwater running under the footpaths where it will run into people's basements. I'll take you up towards my place. The beach is there behind me, if you can see it. This is all, the road here is being realigned, the carriageway is being widened. It's a 40 zone at the moment, which is as low as they go in Australia. But they're turning it into a 300 zone, basically. Of course, that's just a big come hither to all of the car lovers and live car-dependent lifestyles, to come and use my neighbourhood as a test track, which is exactly what they've been doing late at night. So this was all park up here behind me. The road's being widened, eaten into the park. You'll see in a second just how close this racetrack goes to 100-year-old houses, which are all made out of lime mortar and known to be damaged by vibrations. Yeah, this whole carriageway here is being widened, which is unbelievable. You know, in Holland they make the carriageway for the cars as narrow as possible so they can widen the footpath and the permeable surfaces and make bike tracks and all of those things that communities want. All the traffic calming that existed through here is all getting ripped out, and the stormwater now is going to run in the footpath, where when it overflows it will flow into people's basements rather than being carried by the curves of the road. Take you down this way. These houses here, look, I could show you the mortar to show you how fragile the mortar is and how it's being affected. See, this is to put stormwater under the footpath. The mortar here is super fragile. You can see, any sort of vibrations causes the mortar to fall out of the walls. And the amount of noise that you're hearing there from that earth-moving equipment is obviously nothing compared to the noise levels of 26 V8 cars at full throttle racing through the streets. Supercars have been coy to the point of, to the limit of the law, actually beyond the limit of the law when it comes to disclosing the decibels that are likely to be emitted from this race. But wait until you see how close, this is the circuit as well up ahead of me, wait until you see how close the race actually goes to some of these houses. It turns up here. The race will pass right here within, like, where I'm standing now will be the barricades, and people are raising children on this street. You've got children who are going to have bedrooms closer to the action than the marshals who will be wearing earmuffs, industrial earmuffs, because of their proximity to the race. You've got people's houses within that zone, and even by the conservative estimates that have been released, the decibels are going to be of an order that will cause hearing loss within 15 minutes. So I'm going to hashtag this Stop the Race and appeal to anybody who loves cities to stand with us on this, because these events eat up cities. They move through from one place to the next, and it'll come to your city next, because it'll only be gathering crowds and TV ratings for 2 years here, and then they'll be looking for another inner city neighbourhood. It's not just in Australia, this is happening all over the world with Formula One races and streetcar races in what Guy Debord called the Society of the Spectacle. And it's a television spectacle in particular. It's a grotesque spectacle, seeing a car crash into a house and set it on flames and killing children will sell a fortune in TV revenues, which is exactly what these people are up to.